Over the past week, the aviation industry has seen a number of developments ranging from aircraft innovation to network expansion and regulatory debates. One of the most significant updates came from Europe, where the Dutch company MAVE Aerospace revealed progress on its hybrid electric regional jet program. The MAVE jet is scheduled for entry into service in 2033 and will feature a hybrid electric open-rotor power plant derived from research and testing in ongoing demonstrator projects. The manufacturer claims the aircraft could deliver up to 40% fuel efficiency improvements compared with today's conventional regional jets, which would make it one of the most environmentally ambitious designs in this segment. Industry observers highlight that although the timeline is long, this reflects the complexity of certifying new propulsion technologies. The announcement also underlines how European startups are aiming to complement large manufacturers in the race toward decarbonized aviation, focusing on short and medium-haul flights where electrification may have the greatest near-term impact. Connectivity on board aircraft has also been a major theme this week. Textron Aviation confirmed that Starlink's high-speed satellite internet service will be offered as a factory option on the Cessna Citation Latitude business jet. This step extends Starlink's penetration into smaller business aircraft, which have traditionally relied on slower and more expensive legacy satellite systems. By using low Earth orbit satellites, Starlink can provide speeds comparable to home broadband, even during flight. The move could transform the passenger experience in business aviation, where executives and high-net-worth individuals demand uninterrupted access to communications and data. It also signals a growing competition among connectivity providers, as airlines and aircraft manufacturers search for the most reliable and scalable solutions. Another headline focused on aviation governance and climate responsibility. A new report examining the role of the International Civil Aviation Organization raised concerns that the body may be subject to heavy influence from industry representatives. Critics argue that this imbalance of voices has slowed the pace of climate action in aviation. The findings suggest that industry delegates vastly outnumber independent experts in key environmental committees, and that closed-door sessions have limited transparency. This fuels criticism that international aviation's official climate strategies, such as carbon offsetting schemes and gradual adoption of sustainable aviation fuels, may not align with the urgency expressed in broader climate science. For the industry, this creates a tension between the need for credible climate action and the economic realities of an interconnected global transport system. Observers believe the debate will intensify as new technology options such as hydrogen, hybrid propulsion, and synthetic fuels move closer to maturity. On the airline network front, Air Canada announced several additions and adjustments to its domestic schedule. New non-stop connections will be launched linking Ottawa with Fredericton and Moncton in December. At the same time, Vancouver will gain direct flights to Fort McMurray, and Toronto, Sudbury service will see frequencies increased early next year. These changes reflect both regional demand recovery and the airline's strategy of reinforcing its position in secondary Canadian markets. For passengers, the adjustments provide more direct travel options and reduce reliance on connections through major hubs. The move is also indicative of a wider trend across the industry, where airlines are redeploying capacity to markets with resilient demand while still being cautious about long-haul expansion. Several other developments caught attention this week. In Europe, Portugal expanded its agreement with Embraer for the KC-390 Millennium, confirming the acquisition of a sixth aircraft and adding new purchase options. This decision underlines confidence in the aircraft's performance as a multi-role transport and reflects Portugal's intention to strengthen its airlift capabilities. Meanwhile, in the field of travel technology, Amadeus partnered with Lufthansa to test a European digital identity wallet. The initiative aims to allow passengers to verify their identity and travel documents digitally, potentially simplifying airport processes and border controls. If successful, it could accelerate the broader adoption of digital identity solutions in aviation, reducing waiting times and increasing security while aligning with new EU regulations. Taken together, the week's updates illustrate the variety of forces shaping aviation. On one side, technological innovation in propulsion and digital services points toward a more sustainable and connected future. On another, questions of governance and climate responsibility remind stakeholders that progress must be matched with transparency and urgency. Network adjustments by airlines continue to show how carriers are adapting to evolving market demand, balancing growth with operational efficiency. The combination of these stories reinforces that aviation remains a sector where technology, policy, and economics intersect on a global scale, with each week bringing new signals about the direction of travel for the industry.